I actually started as a little consignment store on 42nd Avenue. And from there, I needed to lease space in the small boutique. So I started leasing it to people of color. And people loved that part of the business so much that I knew that I had stumbled upon something. My name is Bobbie Stewart, and my business is called Palette at Lloyd. So my business is a collective of multicultural brands in one retail space, and they're all people of colors. It's something that's so needed. We have been on this playing field for so many years and just have been looked over. Our gifts, our crafts, our education, our ability to do things has just been passed over for so long that now we're in a place where you can no longer ignore us. So it's not just important, it's necessary because people want us here. We want to support each other. We want to be in business, and we are probably some of the most creative people on the planet. I think the makers right now are the most inspirational people because I actually get contact with them. I get to talk to them. I get to ask them questions about how their markets are going. Some makers, they just want to succeed. They love their products so much. They work so hard to build a corporation. And just like myself, they all need someone to put that financial piece in to get them into distribution or get them to the next level. So Jasmine was one of the first people to apply to come into one of my first boutiques. Since then, our friendship has flourished, and she has been probably my #1 go-to person.
My name is Jasmine Tran. My business is Asson Skincare. Palette Store is really a good incubator as well as a platform. It's a way for a lot of the small business to be able to introduce their product.
So my name is Sang, and my business is Handmade by Sang. So I make dolls, multicultural dolls in 5 different skin tones, and they have 20 different hair colors. Something that's really popular too is I have a whole line of science and dinosaur print outfits, because you don't find enough girl products that have science. I have the Girls Chemistry Lab, it's what I call it. So it's young girls of all different colors in the science lab. So I chose Palette because it's a great space for makers of color and entrepreneurs of color. When you step into a store, you rarely get this opportunity to see so many different brands that are representative of the individuals that are making these products.
I am Marcia McCoy of Designs by Leon Incorporated. We specialize in handmade, one-of-a-kind fashion, jewelry, and accessories for all ages and occasions. We are the designers to life's everyday stars. You are the star, so we roll out the red carpet. We deal a lot with natural stones, glass beads, and metal pieces, and more. This is my Adam and Eve set. So this idea came from a wedding couple that said, you know, I want something for his and her, so I decided to make something for him and something for her. So we can go outside looking alike. You know when you got your boo and you want to dress alike and you got your matching outfits. So here it is when we get a little bit older. We don't have to go out looking exactly alike, but we can be creatively different. I think I saw an informational on Facebook, yes. And I came to your house to sit down and find out what it is that you were doing. Yes. And I was so nervous when I went, and I took my mom and my 2 daughters with us, and I said, okay, let's sit down and see what this lady is talking about. And she spoke life into what my vision was.
The most important piece was I wanted to meet every single maker and talk to them and get to know them. And I hope I can continue that on as we open more stores, because I think that personal connection and really knowing the people is how you help them. If you are disconnected from everybody, you're really not doing a service to anybody. Entrepreneurship it's really freedom to be creative. It's freedom to really find your own destiny and purpose in the world, to write your own script, to design what it is that you want to do and who you want to be and how far you want to go with that.
Yeah, entrepreneurship means letting go of all of your fears and really just chasing your dreams.
Understanding whether what you're offering is either a solution to what they need.
It means stepping outside of the box and being creative, allowing what I enjoy doing to become something that I can benefit from and share with the world.
I've had a huge support system. My sister Terry, throughout my life, she's always been my biggest supporter. Everything I've ever needed, she's always given to me. She wants nothing more than for me to succeed. I'm really fortunate in that way. We came from tribes, we came from communities, we came from villages, and here on this soil we have to create our own communities and our own businesses. And when you have a driving force growing the same direction and doing the same thing and wanting the same thing, that's what gets me up in the morning. That's what helps create my passion, what builds me, what moves me, is just the community that we have created in this space. A lot of times our journey is a lot more complicated. We've had a lot of complications in our life, and that once we get to that next step of becoming creators and building our community, we tend to flourish because we have so much to give back. The hardest thing for me, especially being an African-American woman, is that you have to continually prove yourself over and over again. This is literally the third retail store that I've opened and launched. People don't see you until you get so far along. So people are always interested in what you're doing, but a lot of us makers, in order to get to the next step, we need people to actually invest in our business. And it's much harder to get investment when you're an African-American woman than if I was anyone else. If I would have presented this project as a male, someone probably would have tossed money at me before I even opened the store. Once you shift the capital and the opportunity to other places and other people, you will see the difference. You will see people of color, their businesses grow. Without that first person giving me opportunity, I wouldn't be here. So every door that opened for me was one person giving me opportunity. Everyone is marketing and using our faces, but no one's selling our products. A lot of times you hear that people of color don't make high quality products. Well, I opened a store and proved that myth wrong. The more color there is, the less people actually think about differences because they're used to seeing people who are different. And I think more people will embrace culture. The thing about people of color is that we are always asked to give up our culture and our differences and to conform to the norm. And I think it's shifting where being yourself and honoring the culture you come from and expressing who you are to your true self will be the norm. And I think Oregon will be a beautiful state. Portland will be a beautiful city when that happens. Thank you so much for supporting our store.
Yeah, thank you.
What advice would I give to young people going into business? I would definitely say do your research. Find out what it is that you're most passionate about and stick with that.
Find a mentor if you can, and then really just go out there and do it.
Take a business class before you open your first business. That's the number one thing. And don't ever stop educating yourself when you're in business. And when you think you know everything, you absolutely don't.